Howdy, we're back with more Barbarian today, and I'm feeling like I'm gonna target farm some of these items I want the multi-GA weapons on, and also leveling up a little bit of the glyph alternatives for maybe some Legend Strike shenanigans, and then also doing... I actually didn't level Twister, for instance, for this. Like, we're playing Dust Devils, but I scaled damage off other things. Obviously, it's kind of working for me, but then, you can switch some stuff around and see if we can make it even a little nicer. Because why not? Why not? We're chilling, we're vibing. Mostly, I do want better weapons for her. Whether this build or the Lungy Strike. Either way. We're grinding, because that's just what I do. And I guess for the most part, for most of us, it's a happy weekend. I don't have a sense of time, but you know, you're here live with me right now. Doing the weekend thing by now. Full enchant mortar, careful. So happy days. Get that chilling wind out of here. Sure. And I'm just like hyped. So when's the next season? When's the next league for PoE2? I don't think we have an official day on the PoE2 league, of course. So the new season for D4, season 11, will be on the 9th. If they're staying with the schedule that we expect to stay with. Soon. Pretty soon. Hello, Steed! How do you do? Hello. Go ahead and pop through here. 79 is gonna be a chill time for us. Might be able to go even a little higher, but I don't need to yet. The ones that I'm leveling are at base 1. It's good. Good to hear. Leave. Get a little tempish shenanigans. We got you. And lately, my ISP's been having congestion issues like late in the stream, so hopefully we don't lose audio today, but if it does happen, let me know, because now it is kind of weekendish and I expect it to be worse. Bad times. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. It's 3 suppressors. A little auxiliary. I don't need to deal with that one. We'll keep going. There you go. There you are. Nice. Question is when I get back here, do Twister first, and where do I put it? I think I'll do the Twister first. I'm gonna do the ones for this build, and then Lunging Strike. I think I was missing Crusher, Marshall were probably the interesting ones to do that I don't have level already for that one. So I think it was 3 different glyphs I was mostly interested in here for her that we don't have already. The ones that are in the slot are all 100. We did do that pretty early for her. Still more work to be done. Alright, so here. Twister, that's the one. That's right, does still a lot of twisters. We were doing things that are just like generally like scaling everybody. It was working. It's been working, but we can do the actual Dust Devil a little bit more and see. Maybe we can kill some more stuff off screen. Dumb Twitch, I know. I'm doing well, other than of course that Twitch couldn't Twitch. And most of the time YouTube recovers, it's just that twitchiness. I always wonder if like maybe I turn off like the Twitch separate VOD audio kind of deal, since I don't even play music and that sort of thing. Would it fix it? But I'm pretty sure I've had it off before it didn't change anything. You have a 73 streak, but it's really 68. Oh, more twitchiness. Doing that kind of deal. I think I'm one day off of 300 on the phone account I use. The clan account, technically. Back when we could easily host other people and all that kind of deal. Actually, no, I guess you can by putting like recommended streamers and they'll put it up there. But yeah, once upon a time, we were thinking we were gonna have like multiple streamers. And I wasn't even one of them, so we made an account for Villain where we were gonna host everybody. And it never really happened. No one let like full on do it. But that's the account I use on my phone. It's my pro phone lurker. I always think like maybe I should just put my main account over there so when I go around and lurk people they know it's me, but I kind of like being like low key. Like people who really look and know the clan, they'll be like, oh, that's fame on Vile Nexus, but here for the most part. But that one has a really big stream streak, and that's how I knew the other day that my Twitch was giving notifications, ghost notifications, where I obviously wasn't live, because it was telling me I was at risk of losing this huge streak that I didn't even know I had. So I was like, what the hell is happening right now? I'm missing my own stream? How could this be? How could this be? Hello, how you doing, Mac? Alright, here. Rid of big Inferno Strike. Got it good. Grab that lethal. Let's see you out of here. What else is about this way? Lining, all the lining. Get out of here. For you. Look at that spin. I love it. It's like every day I come in like, maybe I'll lunge. Like, no, I love this one too much. At least I'll level the glyphs for it. Be a little closer. We'll get a little closer to playing the other bar build. Poison Shocklands. I don't think there's any other one I'm really interested in. I'm not a Hoda gal, so even if they say like, oh, do this, not like, eh. Every time it's like, eh. That's cool, I guess. I like everything but Barbarian, practically. You could try to do like the Chains and the Maelstrom and I'll kind of do like really, really off meta. In this day and age, it's one of those things like, eh, why? Why? Oh, and the better farmer is right here. Up we go. Bramble. Just like that. I'm gonna poke a little bit. Don't mind if I do. Nice fire. We'll see you out. Stop it. Alright. So I got boots. I got a helm. We got Twister. Where'd it go? You're the one. You're the one. 30. Maybe more AFK energy. I think once the Twisters are actually doing a little bit more than what they're doing. They're doing fine. I think they would do more if I put this in. I just don't know what I'm gonna replace yet. Alright, go again. Alucard with an extra A. Anytime I see names like that, they're like a letter off. Like, did you know you spelled it? Like, it's supposed to be Dracula backwards. It's very in like the Hellsing one and the Castlevania one. But they didn't do it that way. Like Dracula. That way. So you're the champ. Here you. I'm not going to miss those. A lot of the little affixes and things they were adding, they seem kind of lethal, but at least less annoying than having to track down the champion before. And I always felt like if you only had that one type of champion, it was lame. And I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, that they didn't realize, you know what, if we're not going to add more enemy auras, maybe we should just not. Just not. Now they have the major affix and then the minions end up with like smaller versions of whatever they are, which makes more sense. I'm pretty sure that's how it was in like, the early Diablo games too. I don't know why anyone would decide that, you know, we need to change what works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's okay. Unless we're gonna go and be like the exact same game. Then we don't want that. But there was no like good reason to do the champion. That's the way that they did. There we go. So now it's kind of the way it should, but they also, I think, removed the annoying resistance one a little bit. No, there actually are some that have like more physical damage resistance or something, don't they? It kind of still exists, but it's better expressed. I should put it that way. When they have these, they're not better expressed. And there's some with like elemental resistances that actually look like what they do, where these just kind of, you just kind of know. There's no visual that says, you know, that makes sense. That makes sense. Right here, nope. Don't want that. And I don't think it spreads to everything around them, it's just the ones with those little icons next to them. I'm sure we'll find it in Season 11 again, so we'll know for sure. It's like, that's what I remember for the PTR. Like, at least it all made more sense. We'll go with that. I like the new affix changes on the leads. A lot of the other stuff people, you know, go back and forth on. I don't think anyone just said like straight out like that change was bad. I like more variants on enemies. I don't think the combat changes on them was really noticeable, unfortunately. They're supposed to behave differently and fight a little smarter, but generally everything still died as fast as they kind of always did. These... Every time you start playing Daylight, do your fingers start to sweat? Is that stressful? Is that stressful? I'm trying to think the last thing that made me stress out that much. But it would only be like PvP things. And generally, I don't think it was ever like actually in the plane of the moment. It's the having to tell somebody, you know, it's not working out. That's the real stress. It's like, alright, buddy. We like you, but we're gonna have to sit you on the bench. That's the stress. That's the stress. Hey, Maxim, how do you do? Sup, Quan? Parkour is, yeah, well, I get that. I get that. I am not platformer, parkour, or anything like that. Enjoyer. Those go really badly for me, so I get it. I get it. I don't know to the point of my fingers sweating, but I get that. I do get that. Alright. Let's see how we do. Get a little champion. Lightning will go. Teleport will sort. Alright. Frozen Plague Bears. Cool. Cupcake Bear. They got everything in those games these days. First-person shooters, the mainline ones are wild. Whatever kind of shooter it is. No, look at what you guys do. I think it is. Alright, Waller. Got you. Mortars. You can tell I pay a lot of attention to those games a lot. I always just cross them all out because motion sickness. Well, they gotta step it up every time. But at a certain point, when you put everything into a game, it means you have to find everything plus the next one. Alright, here. I always feel like whoever is like most angry is gonna be loudest. But there's probably more people that love it than hate it, despite how loud the people who hate it are. Is my guess. It always seems to be this one. Grab the lethal. Get rid of the Cage Master. Get you out of here. Off the champions. Sure. Whistle of the Dead. I gotta turn that in later. Yeah, here's always loud because they're too busy hating to play. So, as everybody who's playing, you don't hear from them nearly as much. Sure. Plus, there's explosives. I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to those kind of games, are also living in the past. Like, back in my day, we didn't have all this extra stuff. And it's like, also, you probably bought it and still played it to some extent, aren't you? But they already have your money. They don't give a shit about you. It's all of those of us who are out here like, what? How are they gonna get us to play? Like, the real question is, how do they get someone like me who has never touched any of those games to play? A cocaine bear and some other, like, wildness? Better chance than just leaving it, like, vanilla. So, from a marketing standpoint, it is what it is. It's like, those people can hate all they want, but I'm pretty sure they already bought the game, right? And they will keep buying whatever it is anyway. It's not about you, folks. If that's you who are complaining about it, they add too much stuff. Like, no. They're trying to get this one right here to actually touch the game. I won't. They haven't won me over yet, but they get closer when they add weird shit. Let's be honest. Alright, so that's legendary. We go again. And then I love reading some dumpster fires. Everyone knows that. So I might. Campaign hate posts, I'm sure, of juicy. That happens a lot in gaming now. Like, anytime there's a campaign, you know there's gonna be some things that just people cannot resist going after for no real good reason. So you just watch it go. Roast the marshmallows, get the graham crackers, which I can't eat, but you know, I'd love to if I could. Go ahead and hit the bait. Weird with the campaign. Are you talking like weird, like you go out there like, is this a horror game now? Is this a fantasy? What are we playing right now? I don't know where I am, but I must kill. I mean, that's for a lot of us not all it takes. That's really all it takes. Okay, champions, no. Pop these. Yeah, it's not Call of Duty at all. Yeah, that's the problem. What's this? What is this? It's like your Call of Duty is now to slay this mutant thing that just appeared out of nowhere. I don't know what it actually is, but you know, it kind of looked like what I saw probably had. Alright. Yeah, see, exactly. Exactly. At some point, you kind of gotta look at the competition and see that, okay, they're doing that. You know what? They're doing it really well. Do I want to try and do that and risk not doing it as well and just get lost in the shuffle? Or do I want to try something different, roll the dice, and be like, this is my niche, this is my corner, and people who are into that can be into that. And I think it sounds like they did that. Which I get. I totally get it. Because like I said, it's like they really want people like me to actually buy it. Because all the other people who always play these games are still always going to play these games and buy it. Even if they don't like fully engage as much as they do, the money, you know, still flows. They want to convince me right now to be the one that be like to pick it up on top of all the people who are shoo-ins. And I like weird shit. I like weird shit. So, you know, what they sound like they're trying to do is like give them a higher chance of it happening. I don't think it is happening, but you know, like, somewhere out there, there's someone more like a lot like me who decided to go the other way. It's like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. It looks crazy. I like it. There's an in-game. They involve zombies in the campaign. Yeah, see, zombies in the campaign. I love zombies. I do. Like, even like the game mode for those kind of games. Like if there's ever a chance I'll like show up to play something like that, it would be the zombie mode. Show me the zombies. Okay, here. I love you. Almost got me to play. What was it? Squad. I played a little bit of Squad, and I hated it. Not because it was sweaty, but because the people who were playing it was a very sweaty game, but a lot of them were bad at it. You couldn't tell someone as someone who, you know, you're not great at first-person shooters in Squad, to kind of like, you know, you could have done XYZ. They're like, what do you know? You don't have all this, right? You're not good at this sort of thing. But I'm pretty decent at communication when it comes to things like that, and I know you fucked up as our squad leader. They don't like that. They don't like that, but the reality is a lot of the time, like they don't want to deal with that moment of, you know, maybe you should let somebody else have the bigger squad lead position. It's not working right now. All right. Cool. It did have like a zombie mode. I'm pretty sure it did. I was like, that was all right. Right here. There we are. Yeah, well, that Squad game is like super vanilla military stuff for the most part. It was quite the experience. I loved watching people get like banned because they ran like a lot of their own like private servers and like all sorts of discords. You had to do all sorts of interviews and whatnot to even play on the servers. It got pretty wild. I'm just not into those kind of games. Like it can't hold my attention typically, but I don't know. I was like, Blob's got some wildness. The Black Ops game going crazy. Nah, I just wouldn't. Typical fame issue of, if I don't go all in, I know I won't be good enough to be happy, so it's not worth it. Okay, there we go. Shock lance. And like everything for me always feels like an opportunity cost. I don't like paying the price. Golden chance, another one here. Champ coming in to make it a little bit more messy. My plague bear will clear it. Alright, nothing. Waller, poison, electrified, obelisks. Okay, here's nothing I want. Water plague bear. The one I might dabble in like my day off. Well, I gotta check it on Guild Wars 2 at some point. I don't know if I will this weekend, but and then there's Gambit in Marvel Rivals. And they made him a strategist, and I'm just like, would I? Just to know. I'm curious what the actual gameplay on that character is from what I've read. Poison. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who wanted him to be like a more typical DPS that must be seething. They must be seething. You made him a strategist. He's got all these weird like supporty rotations. How could you? And I'm like, my boy is a strategist? What is this? I have not played it. I think I maybe like logged it like once. I know I watched Fawn play it a lot. But those kind of games I do really enjoy. It's another one of those like if I don't do it like all the time. I'm like, Wallers. Yeah, Kira at PvP shenanigans. I could do that forever. Good, bad, would not give a shit. You give me the thing and I will not stop. That's why I haven't actually like got into it, because I know what would happen. And I don't really want that to happen, because obviously I do this. We love our D4 here. Alright. Rip out of vocal throw. Yeah, nowadays it's inevitable. Like, people are practically looking for the release of whatever just in time so they can load up the old Reddit or wherever they want to be on social media and just, like, blame the entire thing. Like, they have no intention of actually enjoying that game. They see whatever they're gonna see. They hear what the crowd of loud other people are saying, and then just jump in, pile on, let's go. This is what actually gives them quote-unquote joy. Although I don't think there's any real joy in it, they just don't know any better. This is where they feel that they belong somewhere. It's in the dumpster fire. All in on it. Together in a big, nasty pile. Twister. World of AI. I don't know. I don't hate on the AI stuff as much as a lot of people. I mean, it's gonna be really slop for a long time, but it won't always be. Is where I stand on it. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that, but we'll see how it goes. Whether we like it or not, we will all see, sadly, how that goes. Yep, again. Just keep grinding. I know I have 3 glyphs to do. I don't need to get them maybe all to 100, but they need to be, like, serviceable. Yeah, see, that kind of, it's like, you kind of look at it, it's like, you know, if repetition and lack of in-game is what we're feeling is the problem. Constant generations of more variety is something that AI is, you know, theoretically good at or going to be good at. Instead of waiting years and years and years for a new storyline, you hit go next, the AI does it for you. Right now, that's a lot of redundancy, even in the text gens. But the inevitable pathway to that, whether we like it or not, is the AI will give you more variance immediately. Where you're waiting for what sadly is often bad writing to happen for years. You know, we got VOH. Some people love it. I'm pretty vocal at this point that I don't like what we got VOH as far as storyline is. And I could re-roll an AI to redo that story within seconds, and I think it would come up with something I liked more. This is the reality of it. I'm pretty honest. I'm pretty honest. Like, you give that script to an AI now, some of the AIs I have actually used, and it will rework it, and I think it would be a better story than what we got in actual VOH, just using, you know, D4 as an example. That sucks to say, but the bar is not high. A lot of the time in these games, the bar is not high. So you give it the ability, with time, to actually generate the visuals and everything around that, which it will be able to do. You know, you get what you get. That's nasty, that's gross, that's, you know, but I think that's our reality. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go with these. And I very honestly, like, I've messed with AI text shit a lot. And with somebody who just sits there like, okay, I want you to kind of do this, and you can put in that human emotion what you wanted to do, and it'll churn out something that will actually be very serviceable for a storyline, especially in a game like this where it doesn't have to be that deep. It just has to hit certain points, and you look at it like, okay, we like that, we'll go with it. And at this point, you're like, okay, like, go put it into the game with the graphics and whatever, and at some point, you don't have to do that. Like, the AI will do it all. And I admit that's gross. That's super gross, but I see it. I almost literally, I can see it every day. I'm just messing around with whatever I'm messing around with, and I was like, I like that storyline better than a lot of things I've seen actual people do. A lot of the time. And I don't think that's just me reflecting, because, oh yeah, well, you did that. You wanted to do that. Like, now I can let it go highly on its own, and it will give me more impressive things than I see from actual people. Just, like, having some sort of sense of story and driving it, and it will give me something better than I see a lot of people do. That actually makes it to market. So, you know, at some point, I actually trust the AI more than some of the people who turn out garbage. Yeah. Yeah. Here. Do it again. I don't think I've actually seen Ex Machina. No, I have not. I'm talking like, I think I'm thinking like Deus Ex, like the game, so Ex Machina would be the movie. Yeah, a lot of those kind of concepts. Yeah, it's coming to some degree. Like there's a lot of it's really easy to hate on a lot of what it turns out now, because a lot of it is garbage. So, but at the rate it churns the garbage, you find that one diamond. It doesn't have to be a diamond. It could even be like an aquamarine, and it's still gonna be better than a lot of the things we get elsewhere. Okay, here. Summoner Sealer, there you go. Doesn't do that stuff fast. Herb Shaker. If I felt like a lot of like the best writing work and the best storylines were always what actually got released, I would feel differently. The reality is a lot of the time what actually makes it not great. Here we are. Go for terror. Get it. We'll see how we do to the southeast side. About halfway through, we're good. Grab me a little lethal. Come on now. Alrighty. Double chat explosive. And then we'll see how Koron's demise is doing. Dun-dun-dun-dun. We got these out there. Sure. Suppressors. I think there was something in this room. We're gonna go take a look. 2 champs. Nope to that. No there. Here we are. Okay, here when I rub out and test this, you can tell me I am not tripping. Yeah, at a certain point, there I am. You know, even if we are obviously organic, there's sort of like a logical processes and connections that kind of unify what we do and how we do it. And if you let AI go to like its full capacity, and you keep getting more and more complicated, and it processes more and more stuff, the difference doesn't. I don't think it holds to be as different as people want to think. I am kind of in that mode where I do believe that. It's like, I don't know how many lifetimes one would have to go through to actually see, you know, AI get to that point where you couldn't tell. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer than a lot of people who are super convinced it's all slop would think. Alright. Pop these. Right then. Let's recall our frost. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that it gets closer and closer to like when a difference. When are we just getting replaced? All right, so here. Got those. I'm also kind of like, team, how does Earth get off the rock? And maybe it's not us who does it. Maybe it's not us who does it. It's one of those also. You know, as an individual, your time is limited on said rock, no matter what. Who do you bank on? What do you do? Very complicated. Very complicated. We go again. And take that, and we go. Yeah. You can tell that we're bullshitting. That's lovely. That's lovely. So it looks at me like, you're bullshitting all the time. Well, yeah. Hello. What else am I gonna do? Champions. Mortar. And soon it'll be like, oh, that's not me doing that on camera. No, that's the AI. The AI. They just process that. Champions. Got it? Okay, over here to right. Electrified Summoner Chili Wings. And right side. Yep, that's why you send something that doesn't meet as strong a habitat at all. Alright, then left. Cool. We'll take these out. Champions. That's what I'm saying. It's like, we as a species might be going nowhere. And if we're going nowhere, maybe something else off of the rock will be going somewhere while we're left behind. And like, looking like really far off. Are some of us okay with that? We might be. We might be. Okay, here we are. Koron's demise. Okay, grab a little bit of that. Frozen Tempest. Under half. Corpse Fiend. You go far enough on the pipeline and you're just a person of, well, survival of Earth is ideas. Who gets the ideas to push them forward? It's somebody who maybe isn't as fragile. Vampirics. It's like, that's like so far future. As an individual, how much do I worry about it? Maybe not that much. Oh, let's see then. Champions, nothing. We got more where this came from. Poison, Shadow, and Chance. Little Fester Pool. Got you. And this way, champions. Family corpses. Poison. There's another summoner. We get that bloated. Got it. A little bit more. Left. Nope. There's probably some on that right side, but they're over here too. Either or. This one's got more than I need. If only that always happened, we'd probably all feel a lot more happy about the pit. But with the tower coming, we'll see. It kind of seems like they want both sides, both the tower and the pit, to kind of like lean on each other and like find the best possible combination of both. It's hard for me to tell the devs like which is your testing ground. Like both. What? The pit's gonna get really messy. They're gonna add those like Belial eyes, and they sounded like at least they're gonna auto activate. But I'm still unsure. Like, do the illusions even count when I kill for progression? Or are they just annoying things I should skip when we're doing speed runs for the pit? Eventually, I'm sure I'll figure it out. But I wasn't so sure when we were doing the PTR. All right, let's go ahead and hit another. Going on through. And, you know, am I not okay with that? Like, somebody's always got to be the villain, and the villain is super powerful. You know, maybe I want to be the villain. I like the big scope of things. We're talking like the big, like Earth, the big baddie. Like, it might be better to be the big baddie than not. Sin Eater, cool. Let's go out here to right side. Mortars, hit a little Balrog. Teleporter. I'm generally, as much as one would hope, one would be a team of benevolence and, you know, let's spread peace. I'm actually not. I'm actually really not. Terrified Summoner. Got it, good. Let's see how we go. Not when it comes like big space age things. Grab the artillery, got it, good. Always rather be the alien looking over some other planet than the other alien from another planet looking over us. It just seems like the better way. I want to be the one up high looking down. And when it comes to if we're gonna like do spacey things, it just seems like the better position to be in overall. Right, we go. Yeah, clicking the Belial eyes was so dumb. So dumb. You're more proper cop style, they get weird pit, I think you like that. Yeah, see, the only thing it comes down to is like the pit when it's like this is how you level. And then they're doing like weird, wacky things. Like, they can find like other ways for us to level, and they want to do like insanity in the pit. You're like, that's alright. That's alright. Okay, here. Zoom it on to the right side. Got it. Blackguard. Do I want that? No, we don't. Multi-shot activity. Here's some champions. Okay, this way. It depends on how much the, like, surprise is adding extra time and, like, friction to a grind that doesn't need it. I don't generally like the idea of, okay, now you gotta dodge. Like, assuming we don't get a lot of value from, like, the Belial eyes. I don't, and the illusions. I don't like having to, like, okay, all this is useless to what I'm doing, so we're gonna skip all that. Because I kind of had the feeling that was basically what it amounted to if the progression on those illusions doesn't actually do anything. It's like, it's just, like, extra trash. We gotta be like, alright, ignore this, ignore this, ignore this. So that's why I'm not sure. But, like, if it's gonna be like that where it's like not even valuable to the actual completion and the completion still gets the XP bump that it sounds like it should. But I don't know how much I like it then. Alright, we go again. Yeah, but in that case, then we're not chasing like the end result on the Nightmare Dungeons as high and as fast as we are like the 300. Like for the strong room, it's like, oh, okay, we just need to bump up the reward to align with whatever they were doing the Nightmare Dungeon for, and then that's okay. When you're looking for like, okay, we just need the experience off of the completion, and yeah, then you hit the Belial, like Lucia's just like nothing. All right, here. Left. Yeah, exactly. Like something else in there that isn't actually what you're looking for. Golden Wallers, Shock Lances here. I don't know why they even nerf progression of the attunements on like strong rooms in the first place right after its maiden season. But that's kind of how they, I guess, treat the events, the seasonal, the league stuff in PoE, where the first season it's out, it's like really, really the best rewards you can get, and then like they tone it down. But in this game, where they don't add nearly that much, and they didn't add anything like really huge this season, where it's like, okay, yeah, I want to do that more, other than they revamp the hordes, it really wasn't necessary to go and nerf the strong rooms. More difficult and more time for the same rewards, or even less. I don't even know. It didn't make all that much sense. So everywhere I look, it's like everyone's asking them about the strong rooms again already. It's like, oh, come on. Just left them alone at the very least. They do take longer now. They're more difficult to get the 6 out of 6. Like in a group and we all split it, you know, easy. You do it solo. Feels bad. Feels bad, even with the swiftness modes and everything. Mortars. I don't know if really just skip those at this point. Already. There you go. Here to the left, Wall of Frozens. Let's get rid of that. Cool enough. Let's clear some champions. Teleport multi-shots. Don't want these. No, we do not. Go in there. That hit pretty nicely. I realized, oh, we have the blast wave on. That was the extra damage. I switched out to more damage on the twisters. Yeah, we're killing things all the way out there. Mortar's done for. Good. Killing fire suppressors. Get it? Get it. To the Guardian's Lair. Scourge of the Land. Good. And then... Nice. I still have 70% on this. That's pretty decent. Maybe we get these to 80, and then we look next. It was Marshall, I think Crusher after that. Where is it? Yeah. Marshall gives me the better cooldown situation, and then it buffs the magic nodes around it. We to spend obols. That was actually one of the other things I was doing here. So we want two-handed mace with multi-GA, and we needed one sword with a multi-GA over here. Over here. Clean these out first before I do any of that. Fix up some odds and ends, but I don't think there's anything that's looking too juicy, right? Yeah, not a lot of multi-GAs. I don't even have a strength GA on that two-handed mace. The bar is not especially high for the barb in that slot. Out of box. This is gauntlets. Why am I picking up gauntlet boxes today? That's not something I need, but it keeps happening. Get rid of these first. There you go. Strength. Crit strike damage. And I had two-handed maces. That's a lot of GAs. A lot of opportunities. Fear and kill. They're all only singles. I could switch to that, but I don't think it's that big of a boost to care. So we roll again. Okay, next we're working on Marshall and our Crusher. Go up a little higher and work on the 80 plus, but for now these are going to be playable at 80. Alright. Over to the left. Poison Mortar, terrifying. His little slough skin. Fine. Left. Got that champion. Nothing here. Right, here you go. Got it? Good. Nothing like that. Lunatics. And these champions. There's some mortar suppressors. Sure. Poison multi. I'll get rid of all of you. I want these. No, we skip. Frozen lightning. Clear it. Don't get caught in AoE. Get that Nagari Oracle. Left. Grab another protection. Don't want that one. You know, I guess. Take what I can get. How often does protection when you're up and doing this ever matter? Like, why? Why do you even exist? In here, of all places. Did I kill that or not? I'm gonna assume my Earthquake like stuck around and got it done. It'll be fine. This area usually has plenty of things for me to kill. Enemies, terror here. Light hand. We got fire, teleports, lightning, enchants. Good for you. And frozen summoner. Are we cool with that? We're cool with that. Go to my right side. Grab a little lethal. Champions. Light hand. I'll see you there. Thou. Nothing. Explosive lightning mortar. Good. 2 champions. And our next. Got some summoners. We can play with that. Shattering Chance and Shock Lances. Here's that Guardian's there. Oh, I'm doing well, Dark. What you doing? The only thing that melts me is myself. She actually died once in a strong room yesterday for the first time. Like 36 hours in, and I was just like whirling and not paying attention. Drained myself to like nothing, and then I got hit by a stray something that didn't have all my taunt and whatever on it, and she went down. One time. Okay, Marshall is here. I'm just gonna take that one so it goes up higher, and then the other one I think I wanted was Crusher is here, so those will go up higher. On the side for when I want all of them. Also here, of course, for the obols. I'm so glad they said that the obols not appearing in the pit was a bug. I still don't know if I believe that it was a bug and not they were like testing to see what it would be like if they removed it, but they're coming back. So I feel like so much better about that. Okay, so if they shifted back to where we're leveling to 300 in the pit, I'm still able to target farm my gear and not feel like huge opportunity costs. Opportunity costs seems like the theme of the day. But yeah, I don't mind. They said like, oh yeah, that'll come back. That'll come back. Don't worry. The experience and the obols are coming back. Alright, started season 2 in Guild Wars 2, of course. Nice. I remember playing like season 1 and like, what was her name? I forgot her name. Like Scarlet in Guild Wars 2. That whole event where she attacked Lion's Arch. I don't know if that was like the season or whatever, but there was a point where we attacked the original version of Lion's Arch, and then we were just like grinding in there, trying to find like the winning instance that could complete the whole meta event and all that sort of deal. It was quite something. It was a pretty novel feeling at the time, where it was like the whole community was banding together trying to defend Lion's Arch, and it got wrecked, of course. And then Lion's Arch was like closed for a while, whatever they did, and eventually reopened to the Lion's Arch that you have in Guild Wars 2 today. So that city, as it is now, was reconstructed in the actual storyline events, and I always thought that was really cool, like something like that. But stuff like that in Guild Wars 2, it sticks, and you feel like, oh, I was a part of that. I remember that back in the day. You know, we don't get that so much in these action RPGs. Like that little storyline, and then will I ever see that character again and hear about it? Probably not. Probably not. Although I guess the Primeval one coming up should, you would think, line up to the DLC somehow. I hope. Yeah. And people gave the Guild Wars 2 storyline like a really rough reception because of one thing. The early stories, you are not the main character, is what it feels like. And the character that they get kind of like tied up in is one of like the plant people. He's not that cool. Like, he's alright, but he's not like... He's not you. But I think later on in the later stories, they learned from that, and they realized, you know what, we need to make the commander. That's what they call the the main character that you play in Guild Wars 2, the actual driving force. So I think the storylines should get better with time while you're playing through that. I didn't actually play them all like super in depth and like pay a lot of attention to it, but I do think they shifted that way, which is kind of like the same issue I have with Narelle and VOH and D4 here, where a lot of the time it feels like it wants you to care about her more than you care about yourself and what you're doing. And that's never really a good look. Never really a good look. Like, generally, tell you whatever you do, you write something. Don't write like that. Hey, look, it's a polearm. It's a spark, basically. Shatter Valve. Okay. Alright, so we were working on Marshall here. Yeah, 1 year. It's one of those things where it's not going anywhere. You can do it anytime. And you realize you do it once you get 80, you get some respectable gear, and then you can jump in at any time. You're still respectable, regardless. The only thing that seems like people do a lot of like work towards and have to like train, quote unquote train, is for the raids, which I never got into. They didn't exist when I played. So I don't even know if they're really as sweaty as all those like Twitch enjoyers of the game will say on their titles. So I never really checked in. But it does have like proper raids now, more like I guess WoW has. Never really got into any of the PvE. Like I always say, I was a world versus world player, and they slaughtered that game mode. So all the more reason I'm here. But I still love the game overall. Tyria is awesome. That's the world they have in Guild Wars 2. It always amused me like their world is Tyria, and of course out here we're obsessed with Tyrael. Pretty sure that's how you say his name. Waller. Got it. Anything here? No. What's this? Nothing. We'll pass. Summoner shotlets. Teleports. Good for us. Good for us. 2 champs for you. Go ahead and hit these. Explosives. Fire chance. Shot Vampirics. Teleport. Get rid of that. Pick up portal. How's my opal situation? 416. Take a little bit to cap them at this tier, but we do alright. Not the fastest clearing this, but she's okay. She's okay. Alright. Only Wallers. See that corpse fiend out. Let's see what else is here. Pop in that one. No. So this is how it goes. They release seasons for like storylines in Guild Wars 2. And then like actively, if you're in the season that they're in, you get those storylines for free. But if you miss it, but you actually want to relive it and like follow through, you can pay for the packs and gradually unlock them and still play it, just like it was when they first released it. So all that content, all that storyline just goes into the game and stays forever for anybody who jumps in. Yeah, so they are like really like far progressed by now. I don't know what actual season and like DLC and all that kind of deal, but they always just leave their backlog content for everybody. So she's just working her way through gradually in order. I do like that system a lot. Here. So Marshall. Yeah, the storylines are like they're like in between DLC things. So when you buy the newest DLC, you also kind of get access to the progression after that. You gradually roll them out after DLC releases. I wonder, do I own everything? I think I owned everything up until like the last DLC unlocked, and then I'd have to get the storylines from that and like the new DLC. I have actually the new DLC. I just haven't got the like storyline stuff. But I don't know how much I definitely haven't released much of that yet. Another thing, you kind of like if you log in, you get it for free, but I never really worry about it. Just buy it whenever I show up. All right, here. Poppies. Golden Shan. We'll get that done for you. Yeah, it's kind of like post-DLC content that's tied to the DLC that they gradually roll out. Cool. Right. And now they're on a DLC a year schedule, so you kind of can gauge exactly how that goes every time. Mortar. I feel like Guild Wars 2 at this point, it kind of has a roadmap, even if they don't tell you the roadmap, because they totally like upfront like, one DLC a year. And they do their stories and things and releases around it. Right. There's a little bit of FOMO, I think, but there's not much. Not much. Summoners got it. Here on left. Yeah, the base game is free. But they have so much stuff that one could buy to catch up that most people, once they get into the end, they'll buy it. They'll buy it. Right, poison. Mighty enchant. What else is there for me? Cold. Get a little shiver. Whatchamacallit. Got you. Got you. A little teleport tempest. Clear my champions. We got 2 of you out here. Yeah, exactly. There's that FOMO for sure. But to be fair, when you go out into like a lot of the open world type stuff in Guild Wars 2, even if it's not like the freshest DLC, their instancing is really good, very elastic, so you still feel like that stuff is alive where other people will be out there grinding and doing the metas, even if you're in like older content. Like, I'm pretty sure like she's doing like probably like Heart of Thorns type stuff, like the very first DLC, and I would imagine her instances still have people like grinding all that as if it was almost as if it was day one. Granted, now day one we had like full Zergs that would roll through those events, and it probably maybe isn't that big, but I think when it does hit those big meta events when the bosses are spawning, it probably feels pretty close. Probably feels pretty close still. Is my guess, because I was out there like a year ago or something, and things still felt pretty live. Yep, yeah. Especially right now when the DLC, the latest one came out recently, a lot of people are probably like newer, like dark, so they'll be everywhere. It's actually pretty impressive. And their servers never go down for maintenance. They have a system where even while they're patching and whatnot, that kip stays up. I always marveled at that. I love that. So there was never a time where I was like, oh, it's maintenance, what are we gonna do? And like, no, we just live in Guild Wars 2. Twister, no, let's go Marshall. And I was always so surprised like more games didn't adapt whatever they're doing over there. I don't think I've seen it since. Yeah, see, even now you hear that, what, wait, what? Yeah, their servers don't go down like ever. They're like, oh, big patch is coming, go ahead and get that whenever you want to, otherwise just keep playing, it's fine. It's all good, we got you. I'm trying to think of like, was there ever like a big outage? Ever maybe once when I played for like however long I played? Yeah, no, never really. Yeah, Tark's still like, what? Yeah, you coming from another game, it's like, okay, when's maintenance? When it was like, and then the Guild Wars 2 players look at you like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Doesn't happen here. Yep, that's right. You just relog in. Hey there, Frozen. Not done for us. Vampirics. The only like pause we had for World vs. World players was the weekly reset. It would be down like maybe, I don't know, like maybe like 10 minutes for the new matchup, and we did the matchup come up and we go. The only time there had to be a pause. And then when we didn't have commanders on the map and everyone was running around like chickens with no heads. That was their thing entirely. Alright. More on some eyes. I don't know why more games don't do that. Like, I don't see what the downside is. I never ever felt like there was a downside to what Arena Night was doing with that game and its servers. And that's why I also resent whenever a new game comes out, they're like, okay, we gotta go find out what server we're gonna roll on. For like PvE type content and whatnot. Like the competitive stuff, like, okay, maybe you like that structure and like limited and people kind of like know each other and build up rivalries. But then inevitably your servers get merged anyway, so it's a mess. But like the PvE stuff in Guild Wars 2, you don't feel any of that for the most part. I don't even think you are separated from EU and like NA all that much anymore, other than the World vs. World. So we'll have to look that up, but yeah. Okay, here we are. To the left again. Champions. One soup. Get that done. Bright shadow enchants, fires, and poisons. Summoner, shotguns, and poison. Get rid of the old ball Codlax. See you out. Champions. 2. Roll this way. Darklance Terror, Chilling Wind. Our little deal here is gone. Pop these. I see. So that part is still separated. Resurrected Malice. They added that a little bit. It's interesting. So, if you can be in the same guild, you chat together, they still separate the guild halls? Or is it like a clone of the same guild hall when you don't actually see each other? Let's go ahead and hit Marshall. I know we used to have EU players and like Austrian players on their deal, but they chose to just play on the NA servers because there are world versus world players and they knew like their off time zones were actually an asset for coverage. So they'd be like, okay, I'll play on a little higher ping, I don't care. And they would hang out and didn't bother them. And then like everything else, people were just like PP and I don't remember. Remember we would pay transfer fees for C Guild, Southeast Asian guilds to play on the American server so we can have Southeast Asia coverage, which would be really important for me being nocturnal. I would end up playing with those guys. I didn't even know what they were saying most of the time, but I could like pretty much follow through better than anybody else in the damn game, so it was okay. They would be like speaking Korean, I'd be like, that's fine. It's fine. Guild Wars 1, I could heal groups that were doing spike damage in Spanish. I loved that in German. Hanging out with British Bulldog types in the Hall of Heroes and EU time. It was fun. It was fun. Alright. Yeah, I remember the huge dragon fights early in the Guild Wars 2 game, and there were so many people, and it would be fine. No lag. Here, I do think it has like a calling system, like it knows how to adjust it, like a little bit less, like escape like substitutes and that kind of deal. But very, very early in World versus World, we would hit so much damage in small places, we would lag in that. We would lag in big stone mist fights, like the big castle in the middle of the biggest map for World vs. World. But other than that, yeah, it was pretty smooth. And by now, I'm sure they got it sorted. But it would take a lot. It would take a lot. That being said, though, they do limit how much every AoE can hit. Like, the AoEs we have in this game right here, like, I hit everything if the things hit. But in Guild Wars, you have a limit. Like, okay, you only hit, like, 15 things at a time. So that's how they limit the lag on like number crunching, which we see in this game where we don't have that, and that's where the slowdown usually occurs. Like, say, Touch of Death on Spiritborn. If you're not doing enough damage to kill anything, you're like pulling huge stuff, you will feel it every time, and everyone in your instance is going to feel it too. And they solve that in Guild Wars 2 by just everyone has a limit to how much you can hit. So that's why when you see big fights in World versus World, all the melee players and even like the squishies will ball up because they know that you'll mitigate damage because you're not all going to get hit by every AoE if you're all basically on one point. And so the best of groups, the absolute strongest groups, are the ones who can ball the best. Everybody has to be 1 point. So all the AoEs get nullified. Granted, now if the other side can make it hot enough that they can burn through, it'd be not so great, but you can rotate all the rotations in a big group and buff everybody enough, you would roll through them before they get to do that. Like that lurky support acid. Pilot of Frost. Boss kill looks pretty decent. Alright, still working on Marshall. Crusher is after that. It's the one that's 5 down here. Yeah. We want to get these to 80. I need Oval Spend. We're going to do 2-handed maces again. Looking for the double GA winners. So we can burn this Forgotten Soul pile I picked up. I think I had like just like 6k and then I spent some. So we're 5,401. Pretty decent. pretty decent. So we're trying to get that stockpile used for gear I don't have yet. I want to do two-handed maces.
Too bad, friend.
Too bad. Oh, they didn't cap. I thought we capped, but the pet was just slacking. Faked me out. I still took a roll. I knew it. I should have known. Azul can't be trusted. Azul can't be trusted. Look at those eyes. Never trust anybody with eyes like that. Okay, here. Do you hear me, Nobarba? Never trust anybody with eyes like that. There's suppressors. Got it. Good. Okay. So, Playbear Fire Enchants. My little vampiric will clear. Are you gonna go that way? Now we're gonna go this way. Commit to the line. Nothing here. On southeast. I got Champs, Tempest, Frozen, Explosive, there you are. And I don't need that one either. What is this? Whoops, don't want this one. We got Champs. One of these. Explosives, also pretty cool. Mortar, got you. Interestingly enough, in Guild Wars 2, I have an EU account. I think, how many accounts do I have? I want to say there were 3, maybe 4. I played that game a lot to the point that I had an EU account so we could study World versus so we could study World versus World and how they played in EU. No joke. So somewhere out there, I still have that. I'm pretty sure I do. It doesn't have all the DLCs and all the fancy stuff that my main account has, of course, but yeah, I do have one. Bears, got it. Look at that 3 strange stream. VIP Queen Mew. The left side for you. And I'm pretty sure the only way I can find those accounts reasonably again is because I have them on the clan roster. Right here. So I was thinking about checking it on my day off, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know. Like, my day off, I usually am just like all over the place. Tip this fire and shit, but at some point I need to log in and just like to flip my timer, just so like all the old school dudes know that all right, she exists, she's alive. My once a year check in. On the right side, champions. I want to check out Troubadour because buffer. Well, yeah, she always just slip in the side door like shh. No, but no, I do flip my login once a year these days. And I always come through and there's like always people in my mailbox like, hey, you alright? You playing? And I'm like, you know I am in Discord. And a lot of people like have like all those like little private Discords from when we all stopped playing. And like a handful of people. It's like, you see me online on Discord every day. Why are you mailing me once a year where I don't check in when you could just message me? What is wrong with you? When people are like that, and I think it's so funny. To this day, I think some of the old playmates are kind of scared of me. And I don't put on my like stream status actively on Discord. It's linked, but it doesn't like show the go live constantly, so they probably don't even know just how much I'm still gaming these days. They can assume, but they don't actually know, and I think that's kind of funny. Like I think about turning it all the time. Then I think about all the weird Discords I'm in, and I'm like, I don't know how that would go. Like I don't think we need that in our lives. We probably should. Oh shit. Grab these. But hey, like the good news is the last few days everyone's kind of learned that she probably doesn't respond to DMs. It's been nice and quiet. As soon as I say that, then I look over like, oh well, no, there's still somebody. Not put it in the public Discord. I'm not the one to reply. I have how many hanging friends requests do I have? Like only like 40 something. I've seen it go into the 100s and I cleaned it out, so we're only sitting at like 40 something. Like most of them, I just assume, even if obviously not all of you are, a lot of it is just like people trying to, like bots selling graphics or who the hell knows what. What's the danger of having an anime profile picture these days? It's almost what the bots 100% choose. So even if you happen to not be one of those bots, but you have those, there's a good chance if I see it, I'm just gonna assume it is. Chilling. Teleport under half. If I have to accept these friends requests, usually it's like, oh, okay, that person's talking in Fang Nation. They're alright. They're not a bot. But even then, we can't trust it. Can't trust it. I guess I'm also everyone's an AI, so I shouldn't blame these people who come through and say I'm an AI. It's like I'm practically them, in a different form. Look at that 35 streak. Nice streak grind there, Retro. Done. Got it. Good. Here, teleport cold. There's not a thunder dancer. Good enough. Love Explosive Tempest. We're good with chilling through here. Don't need that one. Let's go Koron's Demise. Plague Bears. Get that suppressor out of the way. And left champion. The work for me. Tempest Plague Chili. Little Cold Claws. Under half for you. Really swell. Suppressors. Let me grab the protection. Fine. The option shock lances. Okay, electrified lightning. Got it. Good. So we fine right here. I got some champions under half for that. Some plague bears. I'll see you out. Just doing fire plague waller. Get it sorted. 1242. How do you do? 2 champs. We'll take that out again. Teleport Shocklands Mortar. The Blinks. The Wit is my ticket to the boss. You know, I'm looking at my multitasking. Those are all strength GAs. So it's all like all wrong stuff, isn't it? Yeah. In a world where you actually play Ags for damage over time. Imagine. You guys could do it on a bleed build. It just, they don't hit quite right these days, do they? It's all one of those, like, everything kind of playable, but is it worth, like, compared to other things right now? I don't know. Oh. It's hard to keep up with the days when the, let's see, it's Berserk Ripping. And that's happened a few times. The Berserk Ripping would just be, like, going completely off the chains. Everything just getting, like, instant deleted off of damage every time you see it, like, zip down to nothing. It's like, it doesn't feel like that now. It's hard. It's hard to play it. I'm so impressed with the Mummy cosmetic. I didn't even realize it had like the non-desiccated version where it's like this. Nice way to show off the tats there, girl. I approve. Okay, then here. Where's the flower tats? Where's the classy flower tats for here? Let's do fire enchant. I don't think there are any yet, are there? Left. Fire terrors. It's actually surprising. We didn't get like the most stark flowery thing yet. Maybe that's one everyone should get sometime, somehow. Valentine's Day exists. We like red roses and Valentine's, right? Right. Champion. Get the firebrand out of here. And another. Got it. Left. Okay, for you. I guess this thorny business still can kind of work on Barbarian. I just feel like now Thorns is primarily the domain of the Spiritborn. Scale that way cooler than anybody else. I always find it weird that technically Necro has Thorn access right in their tree. It always feels off every time I've tried it. It's like, I'd be better off doing this another way every single time. Just, I'd like them to be like popping off all those. This doesn't hit right. Always came in that category, like playable, but why would you do it that way when you could do it a different way better? Okay, just feel like it's a anomaly value. Okay, then frozen chilling. These guys just hanging out. Watch out for that AoE. Got you. Just spinning. I'm just spinning. It's okay. We got coal, we got suppressors, all of this. Mother's Herald activity. This will work for you. Others, not what I want. I got a quad Mother's Embrace the other day right before stream started. Drop those quad pants and I'm like, ooh, is this my Fist of Fate? This will be, oh no, it's Mother's Embrace again. What an insult to injury. Spawn has those quad Fist of Fate pants. What does he use it for? To die over and over again. Those pants on every character. Actually, yeah, has every character I play had a Fist of Fate on all season? I think so. I think so. It's like the ultimate things to get a quad on. Other than I guess maybe some mythics. All about those Fist of Fate pants or other piece. Knowing me though, if I get the quad fist, it's gonna be on something like a helmet or chest armor that just feels not great. What was I doing? I was working on Marshall to 80. That's right. Just failed 90% twice in a row. Yep, that, like I said, that's my luck. That's my luck. All lies. It's all lies. The numbers are never number 8 out here. Lord. It was just... Pretty sure it was twice in a row. Oh. It's alright, it's fine. It doesn't matter that much. It's just, you know, just aligned with what I'm saying really well. Definitely failed at least once on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was twice. Oh no. Very cold, cold vampiric. Get rid of these. I know. Like, first fight implode by default. That's why I'm saying I don't get into that sort of thing. I know I got an addictive personality. It doesn't matter what it is. If I get laser focus in, it is what it is. It is what it is. You cannot stop it. So we know that's not a good place for me. Not a good place for me. I went into a place where they had like all that and like horse racing and all that kind of deal once. And then my mom was like, you want to bet on the horses? And I'm like, I know we got a family track record for some of these and it's not good. I'm not touching any of that. Like, he's like, you do you. You're going to do it. No. No. None. No, touch anything. I'm not even look at the screens. I'm not going to look at any of the lines. No. Nothing. Nothing. People always ask me, like, you want to go get into fantasy football? Like, no. No, because I know how that would go too. I know myself. We don't. Not any of it. None of it. That's why I don't even play a lot of the games I want to play. It's like I get talk like maybe I should check in. It's like I know how it goes, so I generally talk myself out of it. Here, summoners gotta go. Why aren't you dying? All right. Oh yeah, exactly. Track record for horses. Okay, then one like this. No, we don't. Lightning associate like my obelisk. We got a pretty decent like horse track around here. There's a time different companies and stuff will do like events there. It's like, hey, you wanna come hang out at the horse race? Like, oh no. They're weird vibes. I've known a lot of people who actually like they race horses and they're really into that. Like, not for me. All angles of that, not for me. Okay, then that out of there. Cold enchants, sure. They say horse scowls are a little different, right? And I can't confirm they are, and I am not one of them. Frozens. Cool, let's go. Yeah, we got Greyhound track there too. I feel like the Greyhounds. I would feel a little sorry for them. Don't make that dog do this, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, they love it. They love it." Like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right, grab the sword and tribute to Titans. We'll do what? Show some more. There you go. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I don't. Yeah, we do. I don't know if we still have it. I think we do. I think we still have one of those. Yeah, for a long time we did. I don't know if it still exists. Now, a lot of that stuff we have, like the casino and that sort of deal, technically they're on reservations, so they get around it like that. Get that Seminole Hard Rock, literally, it's in the name. Okay. Cold Enchant, Crit Mage there for me. Like that whole area just has a vibe. Has a vibe. Terror, we'll get that out of there. On the right now. Fire enchants. Cool with this? I'm cool with this. I always remember one of my family members, so they went there and it's like I had never seen so many auction tanks in one place. Oh, that's the kind of people into our casino. It is what it is. Full electrified. Generally, if we're to vary against all that, of course, with that exception. But now that exception has gotten like so huge, we see it all normalize on all of our commercials. So I don't know how all that happened, but I remember for the longest time it was like a very no-no because we're the Disney state. We're very wholesome. We don't have any of this. They're the champions there. Razor Pulse, sure. Halfway through Quantumized, because if you don't outlaw that sort of thing in a state that has so much tourism and theme parks, you know what they turn into very quickly. Alright, a little Ice Blade. See what else is about. Anything here we want? No. Yeah, you quickly turn into Nevada, I guess. Never been. I know Reddit loves to make it sound like Vegas is really struggling and less people there than usual, but I don't even know how true any of that is. Never been. Here. Last wave. Empiric. Of course, me being me, I always feel like that'd be pretty interesting to live in Vegas. I'm kind of curious. Like, no, bad idea. Bad idea. No, you don't want that. It's like, I've never been out to the desert. I wonder what that's like. Yeah, it's an excuse to go see Vegas. No. No, kids, don't do it. Bad. Champions. Yeah, see, I was surprised you would know. Yeah, I mean, they don't call it that for nothing. Right. I've known some people who just randomly decided, let's go to Vegas before they were, like, legally able to do everything in Vegas. It's like, what an idiot. What an idiot. It's like, why would you do that? It's such a waste. How did that go for you? Like, we could do some stuff, but yeah, it was unfortunate, couldn't do all the stuff. Like, yeah, you should have saved your money and your time and gone when you were old enough to do it all, you dumbass. Alright, it's another. And then Tribute Titans, got it. Let's take a look at Crusher. Nah, we'll keep going. We're 6 off, but Marshall hitting the 80. 76, Hausmeyer, Ovals, 1080, still got space. No, I really like flashing lights. It's right up there. We've also like sprinkles, fruity pebbles, stupid amounts of just flashy everything for no good reason. It seems like I'd like Vegas. Vegas in concept, maybe not in practice. Alright. It's another one of those that had so many opportunities to go, but never went. Never went. Champions. Yeah. Like, oh, shiny. It sounds like it'd be easy to be nocturnal there. I love that. Here. Teleport. Sure. It's like, yeah, you spend enough time in a lot of those places, you don't even know what time it is. It's like, I don't know what time it is now. Perfect. You're still considering? At a certain point, it's like, why not? Why not? It's your vibe. Okay, here. And let's see what else is about. I want that. No. None of this. And they're like, oh, it's really hot over there in Nevada and all that. I'm like, I'm from Florida, it's alright. It's dry heat probably be better than what I'm used to. So that part's fine. Compressors, catch you. Fine. Right. Terror, fire enchant. Oh, good. Okay, then teleports. Roll that right along. Champions, 2, no elite, no elite. It's always kind of like the funny thing though for me. It's I don't touch grass, don't really care one way or the other. Doesn't really matter where I am, I just need good internet. Which I don't have right here, so you know, it is what it is. Nothing. Lightning enchanted, sure. Oh, champions, one of you. One of you. Pop these. That's true! That's true! No grass out there, it's only sand and concrete. But we know what they say about sand, it gets everywhere. I don't know I like that either. Yeah, we all hate the sand. We all hate the sand. Anakin was right. Okay, explosives. Got a little mortar here. But we deal with sand plenty. Lots of beaches, like all my grass is basically on sand anyway for most people's standard. We don't have that like that nice brown dirt that other places have. Which also reminds me of like living in Florida all my life. Like I travel to other states and I look around at like the dirt, how different it is, and I'm just like, you don't think about it. Like, damn, this area, it's all crabgrass and sand. Everything's so greener over there on the other side. Any of them. Any of them. This frustration on sand is legit. Spent a lot of time at the beach. Once upon a time. Enough of it. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Different kind of sand, but you know, it's close enough. The concept is the same. What a mess. What a mess. Like seeing sand in the living room. Like, how the hell did this get here? It's everywhere. You can't keep the sand out. Okay, summoners. Roll this way. I do like beach houses and like you just kind of like open up the sliding glass door and it all has ocean vibes. That is nice though. That is nice in Florida. You can get that even if you're just on vacation a little bit. Then a hurricane rolls through it. It's like, will I have a house? I don't know. I don't know. Here's hoping. Get here. I just think about that, like the like Clearwater houses are like right on the around the bridge areas. Like, oh no. Oh no. And then look at all their windows and things like that. That must be a lot of work every time the hurricanes run through and roll through, and then you're like, you take down all of the boarding for like a week and another one is coming through. Like, alright, gotta go put it all back up. Too much work. Too much work. Alright. Yeah, imagine waking up every morning with sand in places you'd never think. We don't have like sandstorms. I guess the proper desert would be having that. I don't want to deal with that. No Tuscan Raiders for me, thanks. Although in Star Wars Galaxies, those were easy to farm random trash from. They were alright. Target practice, I'm just saying. I do remember that. For what little I ventured out and touched the sand in Star Wars Galaxy. We were talking about this the other day. Like most of my time in that game when I played it, I was an entertainer. I just stayed in the cities and made bank off everybody else's struggles. It was great. Okay, don't want this. No. Let's grab the channeling. Suppressor. Maybe funniest thing for me as an entertainer. I would just chill, like make friends with everybody. And it was like relatively low like combat character that would just hang out. And the next thing I know, he like gave me like an astronomical amount of credits, and I'm like, how the hell does this guy have this many credits like he just tipped me? And they're like, oh, that's so-and-so's all. He's the dude who runs the entire weapons crafting on this server. So that's how he has so much credit. I was like, alright. And then, like, just from that, like, entertainer just making bank. Easy. I was like, what? Then they were like, what are you gonna do with all those credits I gave you? And I'm just like, whatever the hell I want. It's the only game I ever played that I would accept something like that because the entertainer, you know, it's fine. They're playing some tunes and some RP macro garbage and making a fortune because some people just had so many credits they didn't know what to do with. Alright. Got that done. Ballers. I'd say I miss games like that, but they really don't make it like that. Make it like player cities. The closest you get are like survival games, but still don't quite hit all the same mark. Alright, under half. Alright, it's fine. Okay, so we've got 80 on that one. Let's go ahead and hit Crusher here. 21. Grab our amulet. And then I was thinking like the closest we have now is we hang out on Twitch. Streamers, I guess, the same vibes a little bit. But not quite. But sort of. Yabba dabba do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He was one. I guess he could do. Could have do, Dio. I think let's go. It's supposed to be 2 O's. 1 letter short. And I need to read buff. Looks good. Ovals, 1496. Only wins, that's okay. And the right. Nothing here. Now check valve with suppressor, night boost. Here we are for you. Corpses, no. Get this chilling winds on the suppressor. Let's get rid of that snare blast. 2 champions. Fine. Left, no. First mate, don't want anything like this. Got chilling summoner suppressor. Cool. And the next one. Nothing there, nothing there. Poison, slog skin, 2 champs. Come here. Get in the circle so I can kill you all together. I tend to chill on the triple elites more than most people do. The higher end, usually just like, eh, skip those. These are alright for now on this tier. Let me in. This map. Wallers. I always forget I have that pull on that old. Like, I hit it and I'll like keep going. Like, wait, I just did that. I should probably capitalize on it a little bit. Blast wave. Get rear lightnings. Do that through. Left. How we doing? Champs. Alright. Lightning, Terror, Cold, and Shan. Here's a little spark call. Champions, I don't need it. 1, 2, 3 lunatics. Do this again. Fine. Champions. Suppressor multis. Alrighty. I'll see this one out. Nothing. Oh, actually somebody has terror. So maybe there was something there I was supposed to kill. Whoops. It's okay. I have enough on some other engage up here, I'm sure. Keep spinning, my girl. How do we look here? So, Plague Bearer. Explosive. This is okay. And East. Explosive Summoners. And again. Go Guardian Slayer right around here. Good old Blood Bishop. That swing. There we go. So, now we did that. We got ourselves Crusher to do. Yep, that's the one that needs to catch up now. After that one is up to 80. And we'll see, we want to go a little higher and so we can force the other levels on the ones that we've been working on. Do have that Twister 80. Where would I put it? You. Okay, so Challenger, all the points I have make sense. Revenge puffs the rare nodes, so we crit strike damage there. Rumble, the earthquakes. Wrath. Messing with the crit strike damage. I don't know if I like that idea.
thank you.
Yeah, they do get a significant amount more for that. And this one up top, Imbiber, increased damage while healthy. Which I think it still counts that we're healthy some of the time. Maybe not all the time. Maybe this is the one to mess with. Let's try this. And then Twister is strength. So we need to pull some of the will out for strength instead. Grab all that. Pop that one for this. And take these. That one is locked in. Can I take any of these out? Yeah, I can take that one for this. There's one up here. That's a lot to go around. And take that. And that. I could drop that one even if it is a magic node. We got one more right here. Where are we pulling? Yeah, we can pull there. We could go all the way for that one. I don't know if it's that much worth it. I suppose just to let things be where they are. What else you got? Earthquake damage. Probably can drop some resistance. Drop all of that. Make it a little risky to do. It could be done. Route. Actually a little closer. I need a lot. There might be some strength nodes I took that are extra somewhere else though. What is this one? Another dexterity node here I can take too. See what I would pull for it. Oh, that's dexterity. You want those two? You would think I do have extra strength nodes somewhere lying around. Maybe I don't know, Barbarian. I do have challengers, so a lot of that I just like threw into those points. This is strength. The others are piled up. That's logical enough. It's like I don't know if it's really worth it. Kind of situations. Leave that alone. Is there less strength in this radius? No. Get the extra dex. Yeah, I don't know. Short one. I think it's okay. See how this goes. Go again. Find out if we love it or hate it. Worst case, put it back. Alright, now my dust level should be a bit more deadly. And champion there needs to go. I'm gonna guess I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference, truly. Doing this means my earthquake hits less. So that might be a little annoying. The Imbiber was helping everything. There's another elite set. Those aren't it. We got champions right here. Lightning. Vampiric poison. Good. Mortars. Champions, there are two. Alright, here. Got enchanted summoners. I'm cool with that. Poison, mortar, shock lances. Here's a little venom thing. Up here and here. Plague Bear Shadow enchants. Got you. And the next. Nothing. Right here, fire. All succubus, champions. Explosives. Plague Bear Poison, Shadow enchants. Nothing here. And we'll take a look at the east side. Haven't looked at that yet. Nope, we have not. This is where I started, so the portal's all the way southeast. We'll check this out first. Hello there. Somebody's like, oh, I'm sold on switching to Twister. Or maybe you switch a different one. The Imbiber and the Earthquake help is probably pretty good. It's maybe not easy to tell difference-wise, but I'm not convinced. Not convinced I like it. And then let's switch from the Earthquake to the Twister, not run bow, but that doesn't seem like the greatest of choices. And Earthquake's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Oh, there's Judgment. And the boss kill. It's hard telling her too, because she's the more tanky one. Alright, so we'll take the Trivia Titans. And then we were working on Crusher. This one is for Lunging Strike. I want to play that at some point. I'll run the Twisters for a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. I wasn't feeling like I was getting great returns. That one test. And here we go again. Multi-mortar chilling wave. Yep. At least with the dust all seem we're doing, trying to leave them behind. We got good chances these things are gonna die, even if I'm not all up in their business. Get that later quick. And champ, looks good there. We do pull them in real close and everything takes every hit. That works nicely. Frozen's here. Get rid of the little skeleton captain. Left. No worries. Okay, done. Channeling. Good for that one. Over to the left. Champions. Mortar. Lightning Vamp Frozen. Nice pull there. Looked alright. That looked alright. Handling time. There we go. Depressor activity. Southwest here. Champs to you first. That'll work. Well, yeah, I am more destructive, full screen now. That's kind of cool. Right, seared, nothing. Frozen terror. Whoops. Then I got you. Got more in the corner. All these little cold good dudes. Gotta go. Two champs. Pass on that. What else is here? Go some cold frozen. And right. Go Guardians there. Up and away. Surge of the land. And those maybe there. It's fine. I didn't really actually lose the defenses I thought I was gonna lose. We went back on that. So no difference I think on that front. Pressure here goes to legendary. Enough of it. Her mummy era. We're in her mummy era. Bye. Alrighty. And right, two champions here. See how we're doing. Yeah, it's mummy wrappings. It's the non-desiccated undead version of the other cosmetic from season 7 or whatever was it? One of those seasons. Yeah, it's her mummy era. What do you think I mean? What do you think? What? I didn't even realize we had this cosmetic. I put it on her yesterday. Like, wait, what the hell? This mummy wrappings. What's going on here? Like, oh, it's the not so over the top version of that other one. All right. No. Character wearing some mummy wraps, spinning around, everyday activities. Totally normal here. We're totally normal. Now, why would I say that for somebody else? I don't know. I always come up with something. Don't worry. Goodness. Explosive fire and chance. Sure. There we go over here. No problems, no problems. And our Southeast time. Champions, skip it, keep going. See how else we're doing here. I got cold, I got vamps, I got mortars. Got it, good, wonderful. You got the blobs, the rod, yeah. Poison. It's all brain rot anyway. It's not from one source, it's another. Compounding problems around these parts. We know how it goes. We know how it goes. Alright, so how toxic are they over there in that game? Those games are always known for the toxicity. Does it keep up to the long-standing history of everyone a complete troll? Fire Sosus. Do factor on, absolutely. You're out of lethal. Here are these. Any other toxic casuals? Nah. Not as many toxic casuals these days. It's very quiet. It's very quiet on the toxic casual front. I'm sad, I know. Oh, where they at, though? Where they at? So it's one of those things where if he's like, there aren't, it's not that toxic, it's not that toxic. And then I think like, that's because you're the toxic one, aren't you? Or do they police it more than they did back in the day? Just so based on how wholesome Arc Raiders is, though? Well, yeah. It's still an early era. It's always fine in the early era, I think. It gets worse when everyone thinks they know what they're doing, even when they don't. Okay, multi-explosive. This is when, like, people who still have lives are playing like they don't have lives and, like, kind of, like, evening it out. And you got people who all they have is Arc Raiders in their lives, then the toxicity comes out. Yes, Guild Wars 2 has an amazingly nice community. A lot of those people who are playing over there like have kind of like always played it too. So they kind of do upstanding things and try to keep things nice over there generally. And most of its content is not toxic. Now, you go play some squad PvP, or whatever they call it, that capture point PvP thing they have, our world versus world, then the claws come out. And you can even stand in those lobbies, and I would imagine even to this day, it's very, very toxic in either of those game modes. But the PvE, like the bulk of the game in Guild Wars 2, they're really nice. Really nice. That they even like encourage mentoring type things. They have little icons over their head, a little apple, like here, follow me newbies, I know where to go, that kind of vibes. Cat icons for commanders, you know, they try to make reasons for it to be wholesome. Yeah. No, I'm the toxic one. No, it's my teammates who are wrong. Exactly. How a lot of those other games go. Like you look side to side and on your team, you don't see a troll, it might be you. Like nobody's toxic here, no one's trolling. It's because the troll is you. Shatter chant, cold and chant, like the concept of a team being like proper wholesome in a game like Black Ops or something like that. I don't know. I don't believe it. Suppressors. Alright. I'm glad you found your home. Guild Wars, yeah, Guild Wars 2. It's good like that. It's good like that. And they're already, I'm pretty sure, it's in some degree working on a 3. So I feel like Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 3, Guild Wars in general, is here to stay. And they even still acknowledge Guild Wars 1. It's still up. Around the lethal. I think it's going on its 20th year anniversary. I was like, I was there in the beta. Oh no. What I really wonder is how many of those who work for ArenaNet that I remember from back in the day still work there. I wouldn't be surprised at least some of them have made a whole career out of it. It seems like they were all pretty chummy together. Falconets mortars, like they would play together off the clock a lot. I always found that surprising. And then when a lot of the time you see those ArenaNet times playing Guild Wars 2, they'll rock the arena tag. You look see like the company tag. It's kind of like you never know when they'll show up. We've been World versus World with them and all sorts of events, and they'd be there just hanging out. You don't get that so openly so often, I think, in games. Leave a follow, welcome in. Marauder, down and down. Okay, now, what do we want? We got a little crusher here. 63. I need to do the oval thing for real this time. It's not Azul just faking me out. I like how they do name changes a lot of the time in Guild Wars 2. They'll have an inappropriate name and they won't just like give it some generic stuff. They'll troll your name and give you something that's semi-related to what you had and then make it just dumb. Force you to pay for the change. I knew somebody that had to this day has a really honestly a bad account name that he should not have, but we tried to report it for him to try and force the name change, and they didn't do it. I don't know why they didn't. Like, in most instances, they'd be all over that. Even during Guild Wars 1, they would be all over that, because I knew a lot of people who got the slap on the wrist name change stuff, but for some reason that account name that we have, I think it's still on Rasa this day. They never hit him with it. Never hit him with it. Alright. Champions, got you. Shock Lance. Once upon a time, I joined a guild and they had the top. I'm like, alright. So, we got X amount of arena night devs who will be playing in these different things with you. So that means we can never actually win the top GVG spot. We can never actually hold any of like the competitive titles. Know that. And I was like, alright, fine. Alright, fine. They're out there, they're just hanging out. Lightning Enchanted. Cool. I didn't really play with any of them much in Guild Wars 2. In Guild Wars 1 I did a lot. Pulled sometimes. Left, nothing here. How are we doing on the right? Play bears. I felt like I was always so sweaty in World versus World. In Guild Wars 2 that they said I couldn't do all that sort of stuff. I'd be like, nah, I don't gonna do it. But they didn't have GVG. Like official GVG. They still don't have official GVG in Guild Wars 2, which is crazy. Which is crazy. One, they had a lot more of those, like, oddly enough, felt like more competitively than Guild Wars 2 is. Grab a little channeling. But that's okay, so where the devs actually played their own game. Can confirm. I imagine they still do. They still do. Champions here. Poison Tempest. Granted now, I always say that usually they would play a mode that they didn't work on directly. But somebody out there could give good feedback, like right in house. Right in house. Gold Enchant Mortars. Probably why I talk about it so much and actually care to. Even if I don't play it, like, I have respect for the arena devs over Guild Wars 2. I kind of trust them. I trust them more than average for gaming companies. Okay, here. Lightning Shadow. Like a lot of years removed from any of that. Mostly it's upheld. It's upheld. Fire Enchant Lightning. Here's some champions. Got it. Right you go. Exclamation build. We'll pull it. Okay. I don't know if I like the time on this. I think we should get a little slower switching to twisters. Mostly maybe kind of just more cute. I don't know if it's effective. Maybe I still like right in the middle of stuff and all the twisters do hit. It works, but I don't know, often it's kind of like all over the place. Pop that, grab the ring, and the glipstone. How do we do Wanted Crusher? 67. Still not a lot of luck on the oval front, sadly. Alright. Go again. Someone has a Nicolo rare bird sighting. I really like that one too. Already, like, what's the next pet? When do I get a bat? I'm waiting. Some mortar, suppressor. And like our white cats. We can have a proper white cat. You have a snow leopard. It's not the same. It's not the same. You need like their big, fluffy, white Maine Coon cat. Giant, obnoxious cat. And it can't be like the tiny kittens. We're ready for a cat that has a dog size. We gotta be like in PoE 2 where they have those furless cats that are the Sphinx cats that are just obnoxiously huge. Okay, the shot lance there. Right opposite of the flesh reaver. Sure. Champions. Building explosives. Cool. Dun, dun, dun. Champions to this. This. We have a poison explosive for us. Play bear, I see you. What do we do out here on this front? We need ads for some sort of shenanigans. Right, here we are. Pop these. Alright. Going through here. Pop that one. Alright. Don't want this one to head over this way. Yeah, seasonal builds tend to break when they go up into Eternal because the seasonal powers enabled a lot of what they were doing. Iron Team always plays seasonal, but if you're into Eternal, that's alright. You just like build in the Eternal and like you're staying in the Eternal, it's okay. It's okay. It just means that when you have the seasonal one and it pushes back that first time, you just want to make a little bit of adjustments. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Go to the right again. Alright, so I'm just gonna hit A, be right back. I have to reset it.